Hey everybody, here early, not very early. I almost worked through it.
Early, not very.
Turn that off. Paper pieces everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna stuff them all back in their little folder. And I guess at some point, I need to put some back in their big folders. Phone, let's see. Everything off. Well, most of it anyway. Okay. Hey, Judy. Rejoice. Long time no see. Hey, Jean. You know, I'm cleaning up this studio, not cleaning it, reorganizing it. So I did get out the thing for Judy. And I still have not found my big stick, my stop Zen brush yet. But I know it's here, and my studio is going to be ever so much nicer. Whoops, lipstick. So I can pretend to be pretty. I spent all morning watching Jean. Rustle, rustle. Apron on. And she's ready. I have an adjustable height desk chair, and I like to have a little footstool at the bottom so my feet can raise up. So now I'm about good, but I have to get the wheel of the chair under the little footstool so I can scoot up close like a little kid. Do. Slap that over there. Jelly plate, jelly plate, jelly plate. I'm just finding all kinds of cool stuff. All right. Now, see who's here. Decide which. Good grief. Looks like some of y'all streams. All right. We have Jean. We have Rejoice. Judy. Janet. Kimberly. And Jodie. Jody. Okay. It's at 4 o'clock. It is. This is something I found. I was playing with watercolor pigments, which I dearly love to do. Jean, I'm one of those that likes to let the pigment mix on the paper. And it's so much fun to see how different pigments push and how they blend. So that'll get used somewhere. Judy, this is what I was saying. It was done with Magic Sculpt. It's a 2-part resin epoxy. I hate it. You have to knead it together for a long, long time. And by the time I got that done, I was completely out of creative ideas for this. I made a hole big enough to drive a semi-truck through. These are my little holes that I could bind the journal cover. And this is where I was going to do some weaving. I could still do that. And I could paint this either with acrylic or with maybe alcohol markers. So, you know, it wouldn't be too bad if I'd just finish it. It's like a worm here. So, you know, hard as a rock. I don't know if you took it out and really tried to break it if you could, but it's very rigid. So there's that. Any questions? Yeah, Judy, I need to finish it. If you just could see the things around here that I need to finish. But I try not to nag myself about it, except work. And when Jean cut off, I did get some of my brain engage, meet Edgar, some blog posts, and some stuff like that done that I've been meaning to do. So I'll put that up. I didn't have any questions. I moved a couple of those little drawer units. I'll show you. This is all going to be cleaned up. There's 4 of them there. And I've got watercolor inks in one, acrylic inks in another, Tattered Angel sprays in one, Deco Art. Can't read that far away. Oh, that's not real. I'm not sure what's in that one. Maybe one of my acrylic paints. You can see this unit here. That's the over the shoulder boulder holder paint deal. Got this at Sam's. I didn't have it very long, but it's real sturdy, and I've got all my acrylic paints in 3 of those. So we'll turn it. Yeah, lots of goodies. I did design work for several companies and decided that it was too much pressure. And then what I didn't get from design companies, I bought. So yeah, it's a nice room. It's 14 by 10 with that double closet. So it does pretty good. I've got the full size floor easel, my oil tabouret right in front of me, and then you turn the chair and you're in front of the computer, and then this is a taller desktop where all the mixed media takes place. Okay, now I don't have that adjusted there. Better. Okay, so I don't want y'all to get tired of me, so I found this little journal the other day, and I had played with it at Rosemary Morris's one Saturday. Am I close enough? Let's see. That's a little bit better. Anyway, this is, I had come through here and done some more of the watercolor mixing, paint mixing. And I thought, well, instead of drawing a face on it, like I'm usually prone to do, I'll turn it into one of these little journals that I'm having so much fun with. This was an experiment where I was using the decorative brushes that Cece started us on, the triangle brushes, these babies. It's in the triangle ferrule. So that's what I was playing with on these flowers. So I just came back in with some jelly printing on top of it and a little bit of collage and called it done. I did this yesterday while y'all were doing other things. I thought about going live, but I didn't. And this was where I had just blotted some India ink and just done some, I don't know, random. Looks like I just did some random stuff, and there's some lettering. So again, I just added a little bit of collage. This was already there, and that was before I knew anything about, I'll turn it upside down, before I had started following Robin McClendon with the goddess writing. And this little orange flower was there, so I found a scrap of collage that had orange on it. Very simple, very simple. But these could be used for, if I wanted to do an encaustic or something that looked like these, I could use this as a jump off point. This one I like. It had already had the celadon green and the rose gold. So I just added a few pieces of paper and did this in red. And so then when I came over here, this one had the black and gold already. And I added the red paper and this and a red piece of washi tape and some more red printing. Sweet Potato, Joey, Dorothy, Kimberly, and Jean. CB, Pandora, and I guess we'll see everybody again tonight on Patty's feed. By that time, I will be in my chair with my adult Kool-Aid in my hand. I got some I need to touch down. And then I did this one. Again, it had some orange marks on it, some orange flower, a flower shape. So I added some stuff to keep from covering up the goodie. Tell you something else this is doing for me is getting me away from the frugality of don't waste the book, don't waste that paper. And so this is the Strathmore 140-pound watercolor. I really like their mixed media books and the watercolor, except that the watercolor is cellulose and not cotton. But I try not to be an art snob all the time. So there's that page. The gold and black, yeah, it's India ink. I have no clue what the gold is. It's probably just acrylic paint. This is a piece of mulberry paper that's got some silver in it. I got years ago when I was just starting to collect stuff. I saw this at Hobby Lobby and they were going out on it. I think I got 10 or 12 rolls for $1 a piece. And they have just been floating around the house. Here it is. Let's see, what does this have on it? The silver is in the paper. And I came back and tried to do an encaustic monoprint. It doesn't do that well. Then I came back and did some ink circles. So it works great for collage. Nobody would have known it today, but I used to have curly hair that I could have had dreadlocks if they were in style then. But when it got gray, it quit curling, so I just chopped it off. Well, I had somebody chop it off. Anyway, this had the orange already. And I had a little bit of the eco dyed paper. And this one already had the green and the little leaf shapes, practicing with that brush again. So I got some ink out and did my goddess in the green. I got to use that stuff. I've got so much. I was prolific yesterday. This one is one of the watercolors. This was already here. And so I added that. And this was already here. So I added this. And I messed up on my goddess writing. I'm still having trouble with that pen. Made big blobs. So I came back in with the color shift purple and added some to make it look like I meant for it to be there. I'm not picking up the shine. Nope. And I'm ready to do this. I did this little jelly print right as I quit last night on this, so I may not do just a whole lot more to that. So we're going to do the same thing again, guys, because I love it. Can't help it. That color shift is great. I've got to find the orange and yellow. I don't have those two, but I have the rest of them. Okay. Moment of silence. Namaste. That's it. That's good enough. Oh, I've told you all about the getting the deli papers from restaurants. This is from Smash Burger. Theirs is printed. If you ask real nice, or if your husband has better dimples than you do, ask him to go up and say, could I have just a few of those? My wife's an artist, so they're kind of fun to play with. That's got wax all over it. Lordy, lordy, who shot Shorty? That might go real good right there. Might work. As I was cleaning up a little while ago, I found all these waxy mono prints I did. So I already looked at that one. The only problem is they don't stick real good with the... Let's save that one. Save it. What are you going to save it for? They don't stick real good with the Oohoo. That's cool. Look how you can see through it. But hold it right. See? It's translucent. It's white when you start working on it and the wax soaks into it. And even when you do something that looks kind of ugly on a mono print, you turn it over and it's not half bad because you're only going to use small pieces. I am so excited to be using these papers. Here's a cool mono print. I could use it on either side. Got lots of red mono prints. I typically don't work in warm colors. That's a good one too. I tend toward cool. Got some luscious reds. I'm just looking for something that piques me. Look at this ugly one. Got some pretty colors on the back. But they're fun to do. Ooh, she says. Yeah, I'm going to have to, Pandora going to have to get out the matte medium for it. This one, a person squatting, Get your mind out of the gutter, girl. This one. Don't you just love seeing stuff that isn't there? I always see a face. And that's my, if I looked at this long enough, I would find some eyes or a profile to build on and turn that into a face. Okay, we're gonna get serious now. And I better get some matte medium. Turn my little fan on. Doesn't want to tear either. That's the mulberry part of it. I've fallen in love with the flatness that I get with the Oohoo. But since this is 140-pound watercolor paper, this will be fine. I'm looking for something with olive green. And there it is. I just want a washi tape piece, size piece. Make that just a little bit wider and I can tuck it. I've got so many cameras, my film cameras up, not film, but regular camera, movie cameras up there, but they don't hook to the internet. Perfect. Now that will make a mess. I really enjoy this Daler Rowney matte medium from, I get it at Walmart, because the price is right. It's a good consistency. And if I don't want that right in the middle, I can put it right there. And I can put that offset. I don't think I want to tuck it. think I'm just going to put it off center. Ah. I love homemade chicken noodle soup. My husband's mother was Japanese, so he cooks all sorts of ramen soups and come on now. Settle down. I've got some, what I was doing while Jean was streaming was researching watercolor stuff. I got some, well, y'all know I've got to start a commission and an encaustic portrait here, like immediately. And I got my 16 by 22 inch thick cradled panel. It's beautiful. And while I was at it, I ordered some Holbein watercolor gum Arabic medium. That's what I got. So I've got a bunch of raw pigments that are earth. They're mineral pigments from earth pigments, I think. And I got them for encaustic, but they have a lot of usage as watercolor pans too. And I've been reading about honey, and because this doesn't have honey in it. It has a preservative. It has gum Arabic. Remember that ugly one? Anyway, best I can tell, a little bit of glycerin and a little bit of honey mixed with water, and just add a drop or two to your pile of pigment will do a similar thing. Really want some red. And I thought about doing some of that today, but I didn't get all my stuff out. Whoops. Yeah, look at there. There's some green in here that matches that. Who'd have thunk it? Come on, man. Trying it out, seeing where it goes. Seeing if I want the whole thing or if I want to cut it in half. There's the lighter side, but I don't see as much of the red. I don't know. I don't know. think I'm going to save the brown one for something a little bit darker. Oh, I need it again. Yeah, that looks better. My studio is so small. And when I was beginning painting, or, even up to a couple years ago, I was entering shows, exhibitions. And those pieces have to be framed. So they're all over the house. I mean, they're stuck behind every door. Switch them out occasionally with something that I want to look at. So I started doing paintings just on flat boards or paper like watercolor because you can stack it and it doesn't take up any room. But it sure would be nice to be able to paint some big encaustics like this. In this style, I should say. I thought that was a tear. It's the paint. Got a little bit of red there that relates to that. A little bit of turquoise relates here. And a little bit of green is there and there. So I think that's a good start for the day. Might have to cut that one. Here it is. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to put one stripe of this green tape. It's transparent. I'll leave a space about the width of the tape. No reason. I do want it to go off though. Have you ever taken Well, that just hardly doesn't even show. We know it's there though. Taking one of these paint things like that and doodled on it instead of putting collage. I'm reading. I like aluminum foil too for some stuff. And I did a cover on the air conditioning tape, the silver, and embossed it and played with it. Okay, I'm gonna, if I knew right where that was, I would grab it and show it to you. But I can grab the doodles. Let me get it. I know where that is. My triangle brush fell on the floor with a 7-month-old puppy around. You don't take chances. And Shannon Green started me on this. I could kill her. That was all I wanted to do for a while. And again, it's another one of these Strathmores. They're so sturdy. Let's see which side. Look at this. I tried to do some the other day and just couldn't get into it. Here's one. Now turned it into a woman. There's another one. They're fun. Another one. Actually, these aren't watercolors. These are Tattered Angels sprays. But that's fun. That's a fun way to use some of the hordes of watercolor that we all have and do something fairly mindless like doodling. This is with one of the calligraphy pens, Elegant Writers. They're fun. Turn this one into a geisha girl. Hey, Rosemary. Colored pencil stone. Here's another face. I see them everywhere. This is fun. I'd forgotten about how much fun it was. Another face. Thank you. Faces are, I guess I should just do faces. They're what come easiest to me. Elegant Writer again. Elegant Writer. I did this one the day that Prince died. Colored pencil. And purple micron, I think. Yeah, the gems are fun. I just used some colored, probably gel pens there. And I thought I was all done with it and then found empty pages, so I want to finish it. So there's that. Whatever you want to know about, I've probably tried it. I got my glass pen to work better yesterday with one of the inks instead of that Sumi ink, which seemed to maybe clog it just a little. Let's see how we do today. And this is Delarani Black India ink. And I'm not on the wax. Come on now. Sometimes if you dip a calligraphy pen in water, that'll make it start coming down. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm thinking okay. Not ready for prime time today. I haven't put these away yet, so I can find them right now. When I put them away, I won't be able to find them. I'm in the monthly thing with Art Snacks, and we got 3 of these different point fine, super fine, and medium. I want medium. Brush pen. Permanent. Water resistant. Yeah, but y'all are a forgiving group. I mean, this is what it's like in the studio. Everybody's studio. If you're a working artist, this is what it's like. It's got a flex nib. It's better than fighting. Looks like a EKG. I'm cussing at you again, Judy. There's yelling right there. And that'll dry a whole lot faster than the other. I'm reading. What's Sharon trying to figure out? Oh, modeling paste. I use DAP, the stuff from the hardware store. Works great and it's cheap. Thank you, Julie. I just make sure that I put a piece of plastic over the lid before over the top of it before I close it up, but it's great. DAP spackling paste. I'm looking at it right now. Gosh, it's nice to look at something and just be able to get to it. And they make smaller jars too. It works really good, and you can tint it just like everything else. Everybody see it? Now, key to it is put it back. Put it back before something else has a chance to slip in its spot. Okay, here it is to you. Y'all will laugh if I show you my muller. You ready? It would take a horse to mull with this thing. I got it on eBay a long time ago. It's nice though, it makes a nice bookend. I was thinking about making paint. Okay. That shelf hasn't been organized yet. That one out. And do a little jelly in. I like these sherbety oranges. Oh look, then I've got orange over here. That's cool. Now I need speak to me. Florentine gold, maybe. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, baby foot of an elephant. Isn't that color pretty? Dang. So you don't get this kind of fun with color in regular painting so much because you only carry a limited number of colors and then mix from there. But with acrylic, sky's the limit. You can buy any color pre-mixed. Don't want it. Yeah, all at once. And when I bought it, I had no clue really what a muller was. I knew it had something to do with grinding pigments. That's the way I roll. I want to get some of that off of there. Had a little too much paint. Uh-oh, a thumbs down. I don't have very many of those. See, that's a little bit more what I was after. Someone doesn't have a sense of humor. There's a lot of unhappy people in this world. If you don't like something, just flip to something else. See, my instinct would be just to save this page, save it for something good, you know. Okay, that's all put away. But it's all good, right? I think the key to these watercolor backgrounds is keeping the collage simple. Here we go. Oh yeah, that kills some of that. You still smell the beeswax. See, it's way too bright on that side. That's just perfect. Not medium. Look at that, look at that. My word for talent is it's how much you want to. Let's put some of this down here. You know, you either have a propensity for, we're all creators. That's in our DNA. You know, back in the old days, being a potter was one of the best vocations there was. So it's just what you have a propensity for. If you love to cook, Julia Child recipes, then do that. It's creating. Ooh, I like that. I think that maybe, we're just going to sit on that one for a minute. And if you have the want to put in the time to practice, remember that scene where Julia Child had to cut onions perfectly, and she went through 40 pounds of onions trying to learn how to chop them correctly. I mean, she didn't come into this world knowing how to chop onions correctly. And no one ever does. You don't come trained to do anything. Don't get too excited. That's funny, Julie. I feel the same way sometimes, but I do enjoy seeing everybody. Relationship building is a very important thing. Something tissue paper. I never knew what to do with all these painty papers. And I have finally figured it out. And I'm not the world's best jelly plater either. I think it probably is because I like to know what I'm doing a little better, which is probably why it's a good thing for me to do. Now, if I can find some copper. Right here. Turned around, I can still squeeze up to my stool. Ooh, that's a neat mark. See, I fall in love with everything. Okay, you didn't go there to make a mark. Man, that soaked right into the paper. Now what are you going to do? What are you going to do when the well runs dry? That's the Celadon. I just politely made both of those the same width. Don't you just hate that, Jean, when you have to do it? Why, Carol? Why are you going to run away? Don't run away. That's funny. I'm not sure that I like that blue. You never know. Sometimes something that just sounds yuck will look really good on there. Password resets make me crazy. Like I can remember passwords. I do good to remember my own name. Red, purple might work. This looks like a cleanup page. Don't like that any better than the blue that I just lost. Can y'all feel me thinking? wrote a blog post with that song a couple of weeks ago, and it is by Bob Marley. Sings it. I was trying to tell people about the value of learning how to do something now, because when you get to a certain age, you're not going to have you're going to have too much time on your hands. I like those two because they resemble each other. And it's different from what I've been doing, so it's just for fun, right? Since I've got this matte medium on my finger, I'm going to use some of it right here. Okay, let's see what we got. Japanese talk about like this too. My mother-in-law could say, wash hands, and every kid 20 miles around would say, where's the sink? Wash hands. I guess I could tear that off. There you go. This isn't one of my favorites, but it works. I like the way that celadon green on that copper kind of matches the craft paper color here. Happy birthday, everybody. So, does YouTube put you in the timeout chair, or does the moderator? Because I don't have a moderator. Okay, here it is from y'all's angle. Crooked. It's just for play, right? Three and an eighth. What measures this? It's about a 16th off. Damn it. Golly, this is going fast. I did all this in 2 days. Woohoo! When I start to get going real fast like this, it's time I need to quit. I mean, go do another project. The ADD in me forces that. Ooh, there's a pretty one. Pretty big one. Knock the laptop off in the floor. There's some black for you. What is this on? Oh, this is palette paper. Like freezer paper, but not so thick. I'm going to grab this piece right here. Ruler down. A little bit more. Just in case. Before we downsized, I had a big studio upstairs in the, I like this mark. Oh well, trim it. No, I don't have to if I don't want to. With the walk-in attic, next to it. But it was upstairs, and anytime the puppies needed to go out, you walk downstairs and across the back of the house and let them out. 30 minutes, they'd want back. So in that amount of time, you've found something else to do downstairs. So I moved all my oil painting downstairs on the kitchen table, and I loved it much better. So I ended up with studio stuff all over the house. Taught classes in the dining room. And then we downsized. Not easy. It's really kind of sad how we collect stuff so quickly. Our house burned down and we didn't have anything, nothing. And within a couple of years, we had filled up our second house. And then we got caught up in the government stuff and real estate, had to move out there. So we downsized again, this time by our own volition. And then we downsized over here into 1,400 square feet. And Hubs is a hobbyer too. He shoots, and so we had to have a gun safe, and he loads bullets, so we had to have all that stuff, and he does that in the garage. But since we're old and decrepit, we don't need 4,000 square feet. I could do with 2,500, where half of it was just one big room. I don't want to match that. Let me tear part of that off. Anyway, that's life. It's what I teach in my class, is how to use something creative to keep your soul on track. And with me, it was either learn how to do art or die, because our daughter also passed away in that fire. And so you make your choices, and I decided I'd get better. That's why I paint. It makes me forget about other things going on. I don't want that again because it's too close to the... Okay. It was weird. Christmas morning. So we don't do Christmas anymore at 4:30, and it was in 2001. And it being the same year as 9/11, they always help me keep up with it because the 17th year. It's only been in the last 5 or 6 years that I can talk about her without losing it. It takes a long time. And there are more people like me walking around out there that you never know because they learn to hide it. Yeah, it was an interesting few years, and the first 5 years were spent with the insurance company trying to make us go away. So we lost, I don't know, about about $400,000 after the settlement. They forced it to mediation, and they lied to us, but they get off scot-free. We don't want to get me started on insurance. But I gave them a run for their money. So on their recommendation, we ended up from our custom home which was 4,400 square feet, into a house on the golf course in a gated community. It was roughly the same value as rebuilding ours. It was 6,000 square feet with pool, an acre of land with flower beds everywhere. We kept it for 8 years. Damn near broke us. And the maintenance on that pup was unbelievable. It was like 6,000, don't lie. Swimming pool and lawn maintenance and everything was, utilities were big. Anyway, we didn't need anything that big, but by the time they settled with us, it was too late. I better shut up and get to working. We furnished that house in just a month or two with a great big bunch of stuff from consignments and resale stores and stuff, which I like. But it was all too big with 20-foot ceilings in that house for a normal size house. So we made it fit in the one we moved into, which was also 4,300 like our original. But the furniture was way too oversized. And then we moved into this. So we had an auction and sold every bit of it like we were having an estate auction. It was the best feeling in the whole world to be without much again. You got to have fun with it. My mother couldn't believe I wasn't depressed over selling all that. No, washer and dryer, sofas, bed, mattresses, all of it went. And then we started over again. And money was a real premium right then because it costs a lot of money to move. And dang, if my husband didn't win a $200,000 lottery prize 2 weeks before we were going to file bankruptcy, and that gave us the money to move and bought us our new bed, which was a Japanese style, Zen style platform bed that we dearly love, but we couldn't afford to buy the mattress for it. And we put 2 camping mattresses on that bed, and we slept on that for about a year. So like I said, you make fun and keep going. Did I put glue under that? I think I did. There. I like that. I could write a book. And I will one of these days. My mother and dad are still alive at 90 and 92. And a lot of the stuff I would write about would be misconstrued by them. So it's on my list of things. Now, have I completely depressed everybody? Julie, that's kind of one reason why I'm silly. Bribe me? Are you, Jeannie? You talking about the insurance company? No, they didn't bribe us. They said you'll win. You'll win a several $1 million lawsuit for damages because we lied to you, and but you'll play hell getting it. And we get a right to an instant appeal. We can drag that out for 3 or 4 years. And quite frankly, we don't think you can live very long without your money that we'll still have. So when they put it like that, and it was making me sick, we decided that my health was better doing something else than fighting them. So we let them have it. Didn't use the man squatting, did I? Anyway, just be aware that if somebody out there is not treating you very nice, or they seem kind of ugly, or have a frown on their face, it could be that they're just doing good to get up and get out of the house. So I always be aware of that. Well, thanks, Jean. Yep, I wouldn't trade places with anybody because it could have all been worse. Pretty bad, but as it was, but it could have been worse. So I will keep my moccasins. Isn't it funny how that happens? You know what your challenges are. I don't know what yours are. I painted my way through it. It was an interesting passage. Passage of time. And I was obsessed with learning how to paint. I studied in Europe. I studied from the best tutors I could find here. And now I have more fun playing with you guys. But if you want to see some of my art, it's on the webpage, Vicki.Axully.com in the gallery section. The webpage is a mess, and that's on my list to fix. Okay, I'm going with that. There's always something to be done. I've got a painting started of her, which I couldn't even think about doing for a long time. When she was 3, she was 14, almost 15. I'll show it to you if you want to see it. Gosh, I don't want to bore you guys with all this shit. I didn't say that stuff. Sorry, Gene, I did say it that time. I'll admit it. Painting like this is a solitary thing. Now, I'm not finished. And I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. still got to work. She needs 2 or 3 more coats on her face. And this hairline right here will be adjusted. And then here is the dress part, which I'm very happy with. And then you get on down to this area that's not as, I signed it, but that doesn't mean I'm through with it. I do that because a lot of times in oil, I want to carve my name into the background. And I may change the background color. I'm not sure about the navy blue. But there she is when she was 3. That'll take up a whole wall when I finish her. She can rest on the floor for a minute. Yeah, Lori, that's what I was really trying to do. I know I did, Judy. You caught me the first time, except it wasn't then. I admit it this time. Okay, back to the fun stuff. Now you know why I have so much trouble relaxing and just doing stuff for fun. And that is an elemental part of my training now is because I am very realistic. And I can't find my part. I paint realism, and it's hard habit to break. Found it. It's in the flow. And I could just quit fighting it, but this is so much fun. By the time I finish that, I will have probably 100 hours in it, maybe. So, okay. Y'all will never come back. You'll be going, that Vicki girl is crazy. And she has a potty mouth. I don't want that to line up on the edge, and I don't want it to line up there. So this will be good. I like that. I did orange here because it's a complement to the blue, and there's enough blue in there to tie it together. Some black for accent on both pages. The little orangey background in here kind of picks that up. I'm not trying to match them or make them as a diptych, but just to, you know, kind of sort of make them resemble. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh God, all y'all arguing over who has the worst potty mouth. Jean's gonna just cut out on us. Patty always says she does, but I haven't heard her. Hadn't been around her that much. Okay, I think I'm done with that one. What time is it? 10 after 4. No, it's 5:27. Golly, now I've done all these. I'm going to have to pick up. Oh, there's a couple more. That one's a mess. Whew. I love my color charts. They're everywhere. That's so drippy and fun. I like that. I've got this itty bitty plate. And it got squished somewhere, so it's kind of got a narrow on one end than the other. But you know what? It still works. I don't know what I want to do there, so I'm not going to do anything. But look at, well, I thought I was going to show you. Yeah, here it is. I was right. The granulation of the two colors as they settle. And I believe these are, I think they're Sanaye. Nice granulation over here. But Daniel Smith, oh my God, that's the one that granulates. They are beautiful. Well, I think I'm going to call that done. I am going to do some paint palettes, though. I'll show you mine. God, this is show and tell today in my studio. These are natural mineral colors, so they're earthier. These are from Earth Pigments, and they have an agreement and a license with some of the, gosh, what do you call them, mines, I guess, over in Italy, areas that are just about out of some of their color. So it'll tell you on the label, black currant red. Sometimes it'll tell you where it came from. Burnt umber, red ochre. Now these don't have mica. Natural umber, red brick. But they should all be single pigment, which again, I can't help it. Clay brown. I don't guess I have one that shows the mine it came out of. Pewter gray. So anyway, I got these to make encaustic with. So I think I'm gonna make some watercolor pigment with them. Lavender blue is pretty. And they don't have white in them. I do have a white that I could lighten them with. That'll be fun. Y'all want to do that next week with me? Everybody else is doing it. I might as well join the bandwagon. I don't think these are going to have to be molded too much because they're already really, really fine. I can't even feel the grit. So we'll make some plain things. Okay. I think I'm going to go. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, Carol, I need more swatches. I need more tubes of paint. And I've got about 15, 20 more over here I need to swatch and put in the pans. It's my obsession, and it's cheaper than buying $400 Jimmy Choo shoes that I wouldn't be able to wear anyway. So I've just about slowed down, though, because there's not a whole lot more I need. So anyway, I'm going to kick off. Thank you guys so much. And I hope I didn't make you sad. I hope I made you happy. So have a big old smile, and I'll see y'all later at Patty's. Okay? Bye.